How can I find out the value of x1 and y1? As I have already obtained in the previous step, that is x1 equal to 0.1. What is x0 comma y0? It is minus 1. So 0.1 into minus 1. That is the functionality of this. So let me substitute this 0.05 and minus 0.95 into that equation. What is that equation? This equation. How can I find out the value of y of 0.5? By using the value of 0.4. How can I find out the value of 0.4? Hello and warm welcome to one and all. It is Dr. Ravi Kumar YB, Department of Computer Science, Vidhyaashram, First Grade College, MYSURU, the Temple of Excellence. In today's class, let me teach you about the Runge Kutta second order method. In this case, we have a formula for second order method, that is K1 is equal to h into f of x0 comma y0 and K2 is equal to h into f of x0 plus h by 2 comma y0 plus K1 by 2. Then finally K2 is obtained from K1. So K2 is assigned to this to obtain the value of y1. That is y1 equal to y0 plus K2. That gives me the value of y1. If that is the case, let me take up one of the examples now. If that is the case, see here. X minus y square is the equation given here. What is the value of y0? It is 1. What is the value of x0? It is 0. What is the step length? H is equal to 0.1. Let me rewrite the data. x0 is equal to 0, comma y0 equal to 1, h is equal to 0.1. This is the data given here. If that is the case, what is to be determined? y0 is equal to 1. This is also given. y1 is equal to what? y2 is equal to what? This is to be calculated. If that is the case, how can you find out the value of y1? That is, y of 0.1 is equal to what? Then y of 0.2 equal to what? This is to be calculated. In order to calculate that y of 0.1, that is this, you need to calculate and obtain the values of K1, K2. With this K2, you are going to find out y1. Then again, K1, K2 for this. With this K2, you are going to find out value of y2. If that is the case, let me show you the example as to how you can find out the values of y of 0.1 and y of 0.2. That is y1 and y2 for this equation. Y is equal to x minus y square. If that is the case, f of x equal to x minus y square, where x0 and y0. x0 is what? That is 0. 0 minus of 1. That means minus 1 whole square. That means minus 1 whole square is what? That is 1 square means what? 1. That means it is equal to minus 1 itself. So if that is the case, y0. So f of x0 comma y0 is equal to 0 comma minus 1. This is the value we have found. How can I find out the value of K1? K1 is equal to h into f of x0 comma y0. What is the value of h? It is 0.1. 0.1 star 0 comma minus 1. If I substitute that 0 comma minus 1 into that, what is the value of that? That is 0 is this, minus of plus 1 whole square. That is equal to, that is the value we have found. What is the value of that? That is equal to minus 1. Let me have minus 1 here. So we have the terms like this now. 0.1 into minus 1 is equal to what? That is the value of K1. Let me use the calculator. Minus 0.1. It becomes 0.1 into minus 1. That is equal to minus 0.1. This is the value of K1. Next, what is the value of K2? K2 is equal to h into f of x0 plus h by 2 comma y0 plus K1 by 2. This is the formula we have here. What is the value of h? It is 0.1 f of, what is the value of x0? That is 0 plus 0.1 by 2 comma, what is the value of y0? It is 1 plus 0.1, that is plus of minus 0.1 divided by 2. This is the value we have here. If that is the case, if this corresponds to 0.05, this is the value f of that, followed by Minus 0.1 by 2 means what? Minus 0.05 plus 1. That means 1.05 minus 1.05. This is the value, x and y value now. We have to find out and substitute it into that equation. That is 0.05 minus of minus 1.05 whole square, which is equal to what? Into that equation, 0.05 minus into minus, this becomes plus. That means minus 1.05 whole square, that is equal to minus of this 1.1025. We have the values like this. That is 0.05 minus 1.1025, that is equal to K2 is equal to minus 1.0525. This is the value of K2. Now let me find out the value of y1. y1 equal to y0 plus K2. If that is the case, y1 is equal to what? What is the value of y0? That is equal to minus 1. Minus 1 plus of K2 means what? Minus 1.0525. That means plus of minus, this becomes minus. That means y1 is equal to minus 1.0525, which is equal to minus 2.0525. This is the value of y1 for that equation, x minus y square. Now let me use this y1 here. We have found y0, y1. What is the value of x1 then? x1 equal to 0 plus 0.1. That is equal to 0.1. X equal to x1 equal to 0.1. Let me use this x1 and y1 for the next this thing. That is f2 is equal to. How can I find out the value of x1 and y1? As I have already obtained in the previous step, that is x1 equal to 0.1, y1 equal to minus 2.0525. If that is the case, let me have the solutions like this. K1 is equal to h into f of x1 comma y1. Now x1 comma y1. Now K2 is equal to h into f of x1 plus h by 2 comma y1 plus k1 by 2. This gives me the value of K2. Then y2 is equal to y1 plus K2. This gives me the value of y2. So this is the formula I have formulated to find out the value of y2. If that is the case, let me take you into the details of it now. What is the value of K1? K1 is equal to h. H is what? 0.1 into f of x1 comma y1. What is x1? 0.1. 0.1 comma this term minus 2.0525. Minus 2.0525. Let me substitute this into that equation. How can I substitute into this equation now? That is 0.1 minus of minus 2.0525 whole square. That gives me the value which is equal to whole square, which is equal to 4.21. 0.1 minus 4.21 275625. That is equal to K1 is equal to 0.1 into minus 3.21275625. That is this term into 0.1. That gives me the value which is equal to K1 is equal to 0.321275625. If that is the case, what is the value of K2? K2 is equal to h into f of x1 plus h by 2 comma y1 plus k1 by 2. This is the formula. If that is the case, h is what? 0.1 into f of, what is the value of x1 we have obtained? That is 0.1. 0.1 plus 0.1 by 2 comma we have y1. What is the value of y1 we have here? We have obtained this here. Minus 2.0525 plus k1. What is the value of K1 we have obtained? That is this 0.321275625 divided by 2. That means this is the value I am getting now. If I simplify this term, what happens? 0.1 into f of this term, that is 0.05 plus this term, 0.15 comma this term, minus 2.0525 plus of 0.321275625 divided by 2 is equal to minus 1.891862 188. That is this. Let me substitute these values into that equation, original equation. What is that x? 0.15 minus 1.891862 188 whole square. That leads to the value which is equal to 3.59, that is, what is 0.15? That is 0.15 minus this term, 0.15 minus 3.579142538. What is the value I am getting? That is equal to minus 0.1 into minus 3.429142538. If I further simplify this, what is that value? 0.1, that is equal to minus 0.34. K2 is equal to minus 0.3429142538. That is the value of K2. Now we have found the value of K2 now. How can I find out the value of Y2? Y2 is equal to this formula, Y1 plus K2. What is the value of Y1? That is this, minus 2.0525 plus K2. Plus of minus means minus 0.3429142538. So Y2 is equal to what? That is equal to, Y2 is equal to minus 2.39541424. This is the final solution, that is value of Y2. That means the value of Y2 is equal to Y of 0.2 is equal to what? That is the value, minus 2.3954 minus 2.3954 14254. So this is the value I am getting now. So this is the value of Y2. So similarly, let me take you into the details of this. Y dash is equal to 2x minus y is the function. Minus 2x minus 5 indicates what? That is equal to minus of this term. Yes, minus 2x minus y, which can be further simplified into minus 2x plus y. If that is the case, what is the value of x0 comma y0? F of x0 comma y0, where x0 is equal to what? 0, comma y0 is equal to what? Minus 1. This is the value of x0 and y0. Let me substitute this into this equation. The whole term becomes 0, because 0 into minus 2 becomes 0. We have minus 1 here. So that is the value of f of x0 comma y0. So k1 is equal to h into f of x0 comma y0. x0 comma y0. What is x0 comma y0? It is minus 1. So 0.1 into minus 1. That is the functionality of this. So k1 is equal to this. So k1 is equal to what? That is equal to 0.1 into 1 we have here. That is k1 is equal to 0.1. Then what is the value of k2? k2 is equal to h into f of x0 plus h by 2 comma y0 plus k1 by 2. What is the value of h? It is 0.1. x0 plus h by 2 is what? 0.05 plus k1 by 2. What is the value of k1? 0.1. 0.1 by 2 is what? y0 is what? That is minus 1. That is minus 1. That means minus 1 plus what is the value of k1? 0.1 divided by 2. If I simplify this, what? We have this term here. This becomes 0.05. Minus 1 plus 0.05, that is equal to, what is that value? Minus 1 plus 0.05, which is equal to 0.95. Minus 0.95. Yes, we have got this. Let me substitute this 0.05 and minus 0.95 into that equation. What is that equation? This equation. That is minus 2 into 0.05 plus what is the value of y? Plus of minus, that means minus 0.95. What is the value we get? Minus 2 times 0.05 minus 0.95. If I simplify this, what is the value I am getting? 2 into minus 0.05 is equal to minus 0.1 minus 0.95, which is equal to minus 1.05 into 0.1. That is the value of h. h into this term. This term is what? 0.1 into 0.85. That leads to a value which is equal to minus 1.05. 2 into this term leads to, let me do this calculations, minus 2 into 0.05, which is equal to minus 0.1, which is equal to 0.85. So, which is equal to 0.85. So, this term into this, that leads to 0.85. That is 0.585 into 0.1 into 0.1. That leads to the value which is equal to 0.085. That is the value. So, we have found the value of k2. So, y1 is equal to y0 plus k2. If that is the case, what is the value of y0 we have obtained here? y0 is equal to minus 1. Minus 1 plus 0.085, that is equal to minus 0.915. Yes, we have got y1 equal to minus 0.915. This is the value of y1. So if that is the case, let me find out the value of y2 now. Y of 0.1 is equal to 0.915, that is minus 0.915. What is the value of y2? y2 is y of 0.2 is equal to what? Y of 0.3, y of 0.4, y of 0.5. We have to find out all these things. If that is the case, y of 0.2 is determined with respect to the k1 is equal to h into f of x1 comma y1 now, because I am in y2. So k2 is equal to h into f of x1 plus h by 2 comma y1 plus k1 by 2. This is the formula. So y2 is equal to y1 plus k2. This gives me the value of y2. So if that is the case, how can I find out the value of k1? k1 is equal to h is what? 0.1 into f of y1 is what? That is 0.1 comma x1 is 0.1. y1 is what? Minus 0.915. So if I substitute this term into that equation, original equation, what is the value I am getting? 0.1 minus of minus 0.915 whole square. 2 into this term, right? 2x minus 2x plus y. It is minus 2x plus y. That means we have the minus 2 into 0.1, which is equal to minus 2 into 0.1, which is equal to minus 0.2 plus, this is plus y, means what? Minus 0.2 minus 0.915, which is equal to minus, which is equal to minus 1.115. This is this. Let me substitute this into this equation. That is 0.1 into minus 1.115 into 0.1, that is equal to minus 0.1115, that is the value of K1. How can you find out the value of K2? K2 is equal to H into f of x1 plus h by 2. Let me not write down the same thing once again. What is the value of x1? x1 is equal to 0.1. 0.1 plus h is what? 0.1. 0.1 by 2, which is equal to 0.1 plus 0.1 by 2, that is 0.15. This becomes 0.15, comma. What is the value of this one? y1 minus 0.915 plus of 0.1 by this term minus 0.1115 by 2. What is the value I am getting for this? If I solve this, divided by 2, that gives me the value which is equal to 2 minus 0.915 minus 0.9750 minus 0.97075. This is the value I am getting. So let me substitute this into that equation, that is f of this into 0.1. 0.15 2 times minus 2 times 0.15 plus of minus 0.97075. 0.97075. If I solve this, what is the value I am getting? Minus 2 into 0.15 minus 0.97075. If I further simplify this, what happens? Minus 2 into 0.15, which is equal to minus 0.3 minus 0.97075 minus 0.97075, which is equal to minus 1.27075, which must be multiplied by, this is the function of this we have obtained now, into 0.1. What is the value? Into 0.1. What is the value we are getting? Which is equal to K2 is equal to minus 0.127075. This is the value of K2. Now, how can I find out the value of Y2? Y2 is equal to Y1 plus K2. The same formula. That is Y2 is equal to, what is the value of Y1? Y1 we have obtained here. Y1 minus 0.915 plus K2. What is the value of K2? This term. Plus of minus, this becomes minus 0.127075. If I do this operation, what is the value of Y2? Y2 is equal to 0.915, which is equal to minus 1.04 minus 1.042075. This is the value of my Y2. So repeating this process, we have to find out till Y of 0.5. How can I find out the value of Y of 0.5? By using the value of 0.4. How can I find out the value of 0.4? That is this. 0.5 is obtained from 0.4. 0.4 from 0.3. 3 from 2. So 2 from 1. So we have these operations now. If that is the case, we have found the value of Y of 0.2. What is that? Minus 1.042075. If the equation changes, the value also changes. So that is the case. See here, we have minus 2x minus y is the function used here. So that is the value of y1 we have obtained here. Y2 is equal to this. How can I find out for that equation from f of x0 comma y0? We have x1 comma y1, that is 0.1 is the value of h. Then f of 0.1 comma this term we have obtained in the previous step, that is 95375. We have found the value of this. From this we have got this. Multiplied by this, we will get the value of this. So from K2, we have obtained the value of K1 there. This K1 is substituted by this. To solve this equation, we get 0.15, 0.93241 multiplied by 0.1, that leads to 0.1 into this, which is equal to this. So then we have K2 here. K2 plus Y1 leads to Y2. That is, this term leads to 0.91463. This is the value of Y of 0.2. If that is the case, X2, Y2 is used here to find out Y3. That is f of X2, Y2. That is, X2 is 0.1 plus 0.1, that is 0.2. That is, this term leads to 0.1 h into f of this term, X2, Y2. That leads to K1 here. Then X2 plus h by 2, which is 0.1 by 2. What is the value of X2? X2 is obtained from this 0.2. 0.2 plus 0.1 by 2, which is equal to that value, Y2 plus K1 by 2, which is equal to this term. If I simplify this term, we'll get this value. Then it is multiplied by 0.1, we get the value of K2. Then Y2 plus K2 leads to Y3, that is this term, minus 0.82365. This is the value of Y3. Value of Y3. So Y3 is used now. What is the value of Y3? X3 is equal to 0.3, Y3 is equal to minus 0.82365, which is used in the next iteration. That is, X3 and Y3 is used to find out X4 and Y4. That is this term. See here, 0.3 and minus 0.82365. 82365 is used there. Now, if I solve this equation, I'll get this value. Then finally, I am multiplying with 0.1, which gives me this value. Then K2 we have obtained. F of this term leads to this value. Then we have multiplied it by 0.1 to get this value. We have got the K2. Then Y4 is equal to Y3 plus K2. That is leads to this value. This is my Y4 value. That is minus 0.81241. Now, what is the value of X4? X4 is equal to 0.4, that is 0.3 plus 0.1, step size h, comma, minus 0.81241. This is used there. This is the value of this. That means X4 equal to 0.4, Y4 is equal to minus 0.8124. That is the value of X4 and Y4. Now we have got the next X5 and Y5 is taking the values from X4 and Y4. What is X4? That is 0.4. Y4 is what? Minus 0.81241. 0.81241. It is 241. So if I solve this f of this term, that gives me this value, that is multiplied by 0.1 to get the value of K1. That is this. Then if I substitute these values of X4 and h by 2 and Y4 plus K1 by 2, I'll get this value. That is the function of this. The function of this will give you the value of this, that has to be multiplied by 0.1 to get this value. This is called as K2. Now K2 is added with Y4 to get the value of Y5. That is this term. That is minus 0.82123. This is the final value. So what is that I am finding here? Y1 is obtained from Y0, Y2 from Y1, Y3 from Y2, Y4 from Y3, Y5 from Y4. So we have the terms like this. So this is how we are going to calculate the values. Let me take more number of examples to solve the Runge Kutta second order as well as the fourth order methods in my next class. Thank you very much. Thank you one and all.